Hi, I'm Logan, and I'm going to talk about the Rogers Trailer Company and the accompanying DCP 352 Peterbilt truck. Our story begins with the Rogers brothers owning a saw and lumber mill operation in Pageville, Pennsylvania. In 1904, when the Kellogg brothers, bridge builders, reneged on several bridge contracts in Crawford County, Pennsylvania, Charles and Louis, along with their younger brother Hugh Rogers, saw an opportunity. The brothers relocated to Albion, Pennsylvania, to establish a structural steel fabrication plant for the purpose of bridge building. Bridges to trailers. Seems like a stretch to me, but it worked for them. No one was building a trailer of the size that the Rogers brothers needed to move their equipment and bridge parts to their work sites. So, the Rogers Trailer Company began and has been building trailers since it was founded. First, the Rogers brothers built trailers for their own use. It wasn't until 1914 that the brothers built and sold their first commercial trailer. Before long, the brothers were building trailers to carry feed, animals, coal, lumber, and many other uses. The first trailer frames were made of steel, but the wheels still had wooden spokes and solid rubber tires. When World War I began, the Rogers Brothers Company was well known nationally and was approached to build 60 trailers for the Quartermaster Corps of the U.S. Army, as well as a variety of other trailers for the war effort. Following the war's end, the Rogers brothers returned to building commercial trailers. As companies grow, their product line changes. The Rogers brothers decided to investigate the fast expanding opportunities in the four-wheel drive tractor business. By 1919, the brothers were building tractors, snowplows, and road planes, and kept producing them into the 1930s. Their tractor is recognized by many to be the first tractor tested using a hydraulic steering gear. 1921 was a notable year because Rogers built their first low-bed, heavy-duty trailer. They named it the Iron Wagon. The Iron Wagon had steel tires and a weight capacity of 40 tons. Did you ever wonder where the term gooseneck came from? Well, wonder no more. In 1923, the brothers developed an arch to be used as the steel connection between their trailer and the truck. It looked like a goose's neck and was, in fact, called a gooseneck arch. At the same time, the company, with the cooperation of several rubber manufacturers in Akron, Ohio, developed wheels with rubber tires. No company is immune from financial problems, and the Rogers brothers went into receivership in 1923. However, the brothers were able to complete building a 50-ton capacity trailer by 1924. The next year, the company reorganized and incorporated as the Rogers Brothers Corporation. Around 1927, the Rogers Corporation developed corrugation to be used on their van trailers. Later, they sold the patent to the Pittsburgh Steel Company. As early as the 1920s, the Rogers Brothers Corporation began acquiring regular distributors. Exclusive sales rights were offered within given geographical areas. Also, in the 1920s, Rogers developed their dry van trailer. 1929 came along, and with it, the Depression. Sales of van trailers were brisk, but as the Depression lingered on, some buyers were affected, and since the van trailers were sold on credit, the Rogers brothers reclaimed them. E.H. Scott Transportation Company requested the Rogers Brothers Company to develop a trailer for them that had a capacity of 167 tons and could haul tunnel shields for the subway system under construction in New York City. Returning to the age-old problem of tires, the Rogers Brothers wanted to put their trailers on pneumatic tires. Now, pneumatic tires, one of man's greatest inventions, were already in use on automobiles, but not for heavy trucks. To change this, the brothers had 15-inch pneumatic tires developed to carry heavy payloads on their trailers. If you design and build a trailer, the public will find unusual secondary uses for it, such as carrying a streetcar, houses, sea elephant, and even a bridge, which incidentally had been built by the Rogers Brothers. 1936, a change in construction of trailers came. A simple change: welds instead of rivets. Yes, welded frames instead of riveted frames. Welds proved stronger. World War II found the Rogers Brothers Corporation deeply involved. Government contracts for trailers of all kinds caused the Rogers to go on a 24/7 schedule with 3 shifts and employ women for the first time. Of note, one government contract called for building the largest trailer they had ever built. The trailer was 18 feet wide and 40 feet long, with 64 desert-type tires, 8 rows of 8 each. It was built to carry 300 tons, and it was called Jumbo. The trailer was shipped in parts by rail from Albion, Pennsylvania to Alamogordo, New Mexico, where it was assembled. It was pulled by 3 Caterpillar tractors for 30 miles over the desert sand to a test site named Trinity. The cargo was a 214-ton tube or bottle measuring 25 feet long and 12 feet in diameter. Jumbo was the largest trailer ever built to date by the Rogers Brothers Corporation. Jumbo is believed to still be in existence somewhere. By 1947, the single most important patent Rogers Brothers Corporation ever held was developed: the Powerlift Detachable Gooseneck. By 1963, an improved hydraulic system made the detachable gooseneck more viable. In May of 1952, Rogers Brothers was credited with selling trailers in every state of the Union, plus 17 countries around the world. 1955 brought an unusual item for a trailer manufacturer. After having a train on their factory grounds, it seemed natural to enter the small diesel and electric locomotive field. After 50 years, 2 world wars, and Korea, the Rogers Brothers celebrated their 50th anniversary. The company boasted 2 new trailers within the previous 5 years: the tag-along and the tilt deck. The company estimated that 23,000 trailers had been built since first developed in 1914. With the 1960s came the computer age to Rogers, and with it came an IBM card sorting system to handle inventory. Also in the 1960s, the ultimate in trailers became Rogers' new slogan. Another achievement came in the 1960s for Rogers: the development of the 3-axle extendable flatbed semi-trailer and the Croucher Series trailer. War once again required the Rogers brothers to aid the military. During the Vietnam War, the United States government awarded trailer orders to the Rogers Brothers Corporation. From 1970 on, Rogers Brothers Corporation began building commercial capacity trailers to stock, which was a revolutionary move for a manufacturer of low-bed, heavy-duty trailers. The company continued to build custom trailers for customers' needs. Starting in 1974, the Scraper Neck series, known for its low-profile gooseneck, the Bucket Pocket, which allowed an excavator bucket to tuck into the rear frame and increase the overload clearance, and the Cobra Neck, a non-ground engaging gooseneck, were built to meet oversized load demands. In the mid-1980s, Rogers developed the Gentle Riser deck style that allowed for carrying equipment over the rear trailer axles. 1990s, Rogers introduced the no-foot self-lifting detachable gooseneck. This was an advancement in the design of a non-ground engaging gooseneck trailer. The 1990s ushered in a new line of tag-along trailers named Tag 25s. 2000 saw the Ultima series of trailers being introduced, a lightweight trailer designed using 130,000 psi steel in the main beams of the deck. There are many, many more innovations coming from Rogers Brothers Trailer Corporation. But now, let's go to the quarry and see the DCP Rogers Vintage Lowboy Trailer.
And this is the DCP Peterbilt 352 with the 110-inch sleeper, the big double bunk, pulling a vintage Rogers trailer. They also included with this one, it has 2 coil loads, right here and here. That's asking an awful lot of this trailer, but Rogers built heavy-duty trailers. So you get 2 coil loads with this Rogers Lowboy, really sharp. Do the truck first here, because that's kind of the unique piece. They haven't done many of these 110-inch sleepers. Most of the features are exactly the same as the 86s that I've talked about so often, but this 110, it's pretty nice. It's got the little lights there. It's got the extra toolbox door here. There's 2 of them here because basically they just cut another panel and moved the cab back, the back of the back there, so that you ended up with double bunk and gave you twice the space instead of the 86-inch for the sleeper. Chrome wheels, chrome tanks, chrome exhausts, and it has chrome caps on the twin breathers. Really nice. Chrome quarter fenders, or half fenders right here. 5th wheel deck plate, and the airlines. Under the hood, it has a white 6-cylinder, so it is a 3406 Cat, which was the right color for owner-operators back in the day, was white Cats. The hood does tilt, as you can see. Front, nice individual jewel headlights, hard plastic windows, Peterbilt logo there, a really sharp paint scheme, dark gray, silver pinstriping with black stripes, really good. Up top, it's got the turbo whale tail, airfoil, which you don't see that too often, and a rooftop air conditioner. Multiple, it's got a lot of roof lights, chrome visor, and dual air horns. Really, really cool. Mirrors are chromed, and it's got the turn signals, orange on the front for amber and red on the back for red. It's also a little Peterbilt logo down here, just like the real one on each side. Now, the coil loads, they're just resin blocks, and on the bottom of them it says First Gear Inc., Peosta, Iowa. They're just little resin tarp loads that are strapped around with these little bands. They're just little pinstripe gray paint. That makes the bands, and then it looks like it's a tarped up coil load. They're not super heavy because they're just resin blocks, but in real life they're really heavy. And here we go. This is the Rogers Lowboy trailer. Rides on 5-spoke Dayton wheels back here, which are really, really cool. And then it doesn't have working outriggers, but on the front it does have these things here do flip over and fold down. So the little ramps on both sides. So you could ramp up onto it. Of course, most equipment, Caterpillar, those things you could just drive up without them. Don't need them. It's also got the bars here, and then it has diamond plate there, where you could put something over the rear axles without any trouble. And then it has simulated wood grain on the deck. There's the frame rails that are die cast, plastic wood, but it looks nice. You also got some die cast in diamond plate up on the goose. Underneath, air brake canisters. You can see where they attach those deck plates. Really simple. Nice vintage tread pattern. It's an old bias ply pattern on there. It's got brake lights and marker lights on it. Back then they didn't require quite as many lights as they do today. And then also on the back you've got your mud flaps. Really, really sharp. Now the neck does detach. It just pulls off just like the other one. It clips in place just like that. Put it together and clip, and then it's attached, and then you just do that to detach. Really simple system they've got, but it works great. And then you can see it would be easy to load up like that. And then this would go with the truck. Now this one also, unlike the other lowboys they've had, this one does actually have a foot on it. Now it doesn't raise and lower like the real ones. Oh, it does. Oh, nice. That's just the way the real ones. The hydraulic foot is there, so it would raise it up, and then it would hold the trailer. Really cool. That's how you hitch up. Really, really nice way they set this one up. This is the first one of these trailers I have in my collection, and I'm impressed. It's actually the best lowboy they've come up with. Now let's go on and hook him back up. And that is the Pete 352 110-inch sleeper and the vintage Rogers Lowboy trailer with 2 steel coil loads, headed out someplace. 1/64 scale diecast by DCP by First Gear. A little note about this trailer: there are some planks here, and they've just got some pegs, and they shove into the side, so you have you can put the planks out and have the outriggers. While the outriggers don't flip out, you can put these pieces on for it. And then there's also extra mirrors, and your straps are right there in the blister package. Comes in the 2-piece blister, just like pretty much all the rest of the DCPs. And we'll finish it up here. It is in the box. It's in their smaller box, so it's really hard to see it. Plus the coloring, man, it makes it really hard to see that truck in the box. It's just too dark in there. Item number on this one is 60-1299. Really, really nice piece.
Rogers Brothers Corporation is still manufacturing heavy-duty, detachable gooseneck, tag-along, and specialized trailers. Family-owned since its beginnings in 1905, Rogers Brothers is currently in their 4th generation of family ownership and management. Their slogan still is "Ultimate in Trailers." They have customers in over 65 countries around the world. Thousands of Rogers trailers are used daily by the military and civilian transportation companies. Rogers lives by, if we don't have what we need, build it. And build it they do. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. And I'll see you in the next video.